Hey, it's Jang here from UltimateRC.com and RCmania.com, the place for toy-grade RC reviews. In this video, I'm going to be looking at the New Bright Wolf Pro. Now, this is not the first time I've talked about the Wolf Pro. I mentioned it both in my video and written parts of my reviews on the Scorpion Pro, which I reviewed previously. At that time, I said that the Wolf Pro and the other vehicle that's based on the same chassis is the same vehicle with just a different body and different set of tires. I said that because it's a fact, but most folks didn't listen to me. So here I am showing you the Wolf Pro. It's the exact same thing as the Scorpion Pro, except with a different body and different wheels and tires. It's two-wheel drive, it has suspension at all four corners, and it has a very lightweight design, just like the Scorpion, both in the chassis and the body. RCs that are really lightweight can be suboptimal for kids that really like to just destroy their stuff just for the sake of destroying it, but for most it's great because it gives you extra performance without needing extra power. However, New Bright did give us extra power with the Scorpion and the Wolf in the form of this 12.8 volt lithium-ion battery pack. The voltage is not the big deal here, it's the lithium part. Lithium-based batteries have a very high energy density. That means that for their size, they have a lot of go juice in them. But I already talked about that in my Scorpion review. Like the Scorpion, the Wolf also includes a 1-hour quick charger. That's awesome. Controller is kind of pro style, a pistol grip radio, and it has no external antenna. The antenna is all internal, so it's not going to poke your eye out. It does have digital proportional throttle or speed control, though the steering is not proportional, and you can run up to 4 of the trucks at the same time without interference, no matter the model or color. On a street-style surface, the Wolf Pro gives performance very similar to the Scorpion Pro. For a toy-grade RC, it's pretty fast and it also accelerates quickly. If you tap the brakes or reverse when you're going through a turn, you can make it kind of spin out a little bit. Very enjoyable. The biggest difference between this and the Scorpion is that the Scorpion will do wheelies while this one will not because its center of gravity is too low and the weight is better balanced. Here's a little bit of demonstration of the digital proportional speed control. Here you can see that you can really make it just crawl along at a very slow speed if you want. That's useful for slowing down for turns or getting through obstacle courses. Speaking of turns, like the Scorpion Pro, this one turns really well to the right, but it does not turn quite as well to the left unless you do the little J-turn trick. Because this is an off-road style vehicle with working suspension, I expect this to be able to drive well off-road. Nothing too crazy, just some gravel and some dirt. Again, like the Scorpion, I had a lot of trouble turning, especially to the left. The wheels just kind of flop around a lot, and they don't want to authoritatively steer the vehicle in the direction I want it to go. The only time it really turns well to the left is when the rear end starts hopping up in the air, because the suspension is too stiff. That lets it lose traction and very briefly start to spin out a little bit. If it doesn't hop around, then it pretty much just doesn't want to turn, not even in reverse. On just a dirt surface instead of gravel, things become even more difficult. Here, when it does start to turn well, it just spins out really easily. I have to go really slow and be very careful and be also ready to correct it when it starts to turn too much. And then sometimes when I'm trying to turn left, it again just doesn't want to. It's very unpredictable. I do actually think this truck would be enjoyable to a younger kid who wants to just push buttons and pull a trigger and see it go. But once they get to around the 5 to 6 to 7-year-old range, they actually want to be able to drive it where they want it to go. In this respect, the Wolf actually ends up being worse than the Scorpion. It has the same poor steering problems, but dramatically multiplies the issue of oversteering whenever it bounces or loses traction. I think that that's mostly because of the body and wing design on the Scorpion having a lot more weight on the back. That extra weight translates to better rear traction. The Wolf instead goes from not steering enough to just spinning out of control. When I went to test the New Bright Wolf Pro, I expected to come back and tell you, I told you so. Performs just like the Scorpion. But I was wrong. This one performs worse. If anything, this one even had more potential than the Scorpion to be a great little RC truck, but the only thing it really did more of was fail. Needless to say, I do not recommend this to anybody. So, that does it for this review. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the bad result, but I hope you'll keep coming back for more independent reviews at RCmania.com.